What do you do when you're desperate to move but you just can't sell your house? It's been on the market for months but all the viewings have dried up. Well, what you do is you stop selling and start swapping. House swapping is the latest trend to hit the property world. With around 10,000 properties registered with swap websites, it's a brilliant way to avoid the dreaded property chain and make that move onwards. We'll be meeting people who want to swap their home permanently.
I feel as though I've done as much as I can do here now, and I would now like to get somewhere a little bit bigger.
And we'll show them 3 properties to find their perfect match.
Hello, my name's Catherine.
And this is our home.
That's our house. We hope that you've liked it.
And bye-bye from me.
After a day spent road testing each other's properties and lifestyles, we'll bring them to the negotiating table where our straight-talking negotiator, Sunita, will help them thrash out a deal.
This is a first. Well, you were both in agreement.
Before we find out if they'll swap homes for good. Hello, and today I'm in the Leicestershire countryside with Pilot the pony in a little place called Syston. Why am I here with a pony? Well, ponies begin with the letter P, and so do all the interesting facts about Syston. For example, the largest employer in the area is a pie manufacturing company, and also the area is famed for the Syston white plum, which incidentally happens to be yellow. But I have some more P's coming up for you. Are you ready for this? A perfect property belonging to a Liz Platts. Liz and beloved poodle Louis live in this 2-bed 1920s semi-detached house. Her home is her haven, stocked with her beloved antiques and a tenderly cared-for garden. But with space running out for all those collectibles, Liz is looking to swap locally for something bigger. So that was the lovely Liz and Louis. If only the weather was quite so charming. Got up this morning, I went for summer wear, didn't pack a coat, it's all gone wrong. But we don't have time for these honey-glazed pleasantries. We have a house to tour. Oh, and I should tell you that rumour has it the rooms in Liz's house are themed. Now you're curious, come with me. Right, into the first reception room and, well, I wasn't expecting this. There's a lot going on in this room. And in terms of themes, well, which one do you choose? Well, there is a whiff of 1920s and 30s in here with the curtains and the light fittings. But it certainly makes an incredibly bold and brave statement as soon as you walk in, which is why I guess there's a chaise longue here, so you can sit down, recline, and acclimatise. So, as we leave the jazz age behind, we step into a Victorian parlour, of course. We all knew that was next. And nothing says Victoriana quite like the rich reds, golden gilded frames and a porcelain poodle. Yes, we are still in the same house, but a different room. This time the kitchen, which is themed in the farmhouse style. But again, it would appear it works on several layers because it is also a museum and a shrine to a cacophony of ceramic creatures and cut crystal tableware. But once the eyes have tired of such delights, then it can be restored and rejuvenated with the vista of a well-manicured garden. Right, we have a 19th century bedroom. Will you look at this? The meticulous detail. The devil is always in the detail. Take a look at that staggering light switch. That is quite extraordinary. Oh, sorry, you just caught me running my bath in the oldie-worldy style bathroom. This is taking quite a long time, but it does give you a chance to appreciate the full beauties of this room. Bonjour. Magnifique. I see we are all getting used to this chateau-style bedroom. I could quite easily imagine Marie Antoinette ensconced here, eating cake, pondering the big questions of life, like how do you squeeze so many themes into just one house? And after theming it to your exact requirements, why would you want to move? But luckily for us, we can get the answers to those questions. Tout à l'heure. C'est bon. Liz's deliciously unusual 2-bed home in Leicestershire is on the market for 230,000 of your English pounds. No, you've obviously gone into a lot of effort to make this yours. Why now do you want to kind of jump ship?
Well, to be honest, I feel as though I've done as much as I can do here now.
Yeah.
And I would now like to get somewhere a little bit bigger so that I could extend everything and just go on a little bit further.
You want to do more?
Yes, I'd like to do more.
You want to
yes,
do more themes?
More themes. I go to lots of places, antique fairs, auctions, and I see things and I think, no, I can't buy any more because I've got no more room here.
Yeah. All right, so you want more space so you can carry on your creativity further?
Yes, that's right, yes.
All righty. What would this house be like then that we're looking for?
To be honest with you, I would like a bigger version of this.
What are we talking, bedrooms? 3,
Yes,
4,
I would like
5?
3 bedrooms, yeah, 3 bedrooms, maybe 4, but perhaps not no more than that. I'd like to have the same amount of land as well, or perhaps just a little tiny bit bigger.
Because your garden here is quite spectacular. I can see a lot of work has gone into this. Those borders of yours are a work of art. I take it that's something you're really into?
Really into gardening, yes.
What about parking, stuff like that?
Yes, obviously, we would like to have parking. We do like the privacy as well that we've got here. We would like to have our own private driveway.
Now, very crucially, we need to talk money. In the golden piggy bank, what can we swap up to?
About 400.
400?
Yep.
OK, this is looking good, isn't it? I'm looking forward to this. But we have one more big decision before we get to see the houses. We need to decide which room we're going to look at them from. Do we go to the Chateau French-style bedroom? Do we go to the Victorian parlour, the Art Deco dining room, or do we stay in the farmhouse kitchen?
I think we might go into the Art Deco room.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. After you. OK, location-wise, you want to remain kind of still in this neck of the woods, don't you?
That's right, yes, this side of Melton Mowbray.
All right, well, let's get on with the viewing. Now, the first place we're going to is near Melton Mowbray, a little village called Kettleby. So, thinking of themes, this could be your new home. I don't know if there's any themes in this house. I want you to meet Jon and Lynne and tell me if this could be your next home.
Right.
Hello, welcome to our home in Kettleby.
It's a lovely property, quite large downstairs, full of character. And upstairs, all the bedrooms are tucked up in the eaves of the original building. And it goes back before 17th century.
And here we've got the kitchen.
As you can see, it's part of the original house. It's got the original oak beams. I'm 6'2". I generally don't have too much of a problem about knocking my head.
Over to one side here, we've got the dining, well, the breakfast dining part, where we eat most of the time. OK, now we're in the dining area. We've got an inglenook fireplace. So in winter we have roaring flames in there. OK, now we're coming through into the room that we use most of the time. The walls are so thick that we're able to have a built-in window seat, which is great when the sun's coming through that window.
This is my office or study, and as you can probably see, my main sport is golf.
So in this room, we've got wallpaper, which is the history of the golf ball, on one wall, and that's all he's been allowed.
If I had my way, I'd paper it all.
So now we'll go into the main lounge.
We thought it might be a good idea just to light the fire.
No.
We have light.
OK, we're going to split up now, and I'm going to show you the upstairs, into the largest bedroom, which my daughter took over when we moved in. Now we come to the smallest room in the house. This room was chosen by my youngest daughter, who always thought she wanted a big bedroom until she saw this one. OK, we come to the last room in the house, our bedroom, and this is my personal favourite. The window, apparently, has got a fantastic view of the garden, but I'm not tall enough, I have to jump to see it. This window, Jon can't get down to see because he's too tall.
This is the back patio and garden. It's enclosed, very, very private. Right, into the main part of the garden. It's a beautiful garden. I know it looks as high maintenance, but we specifically designed this garden to be fairly low maintenance. Lovely rural villages all the way around here, with lots of nice pubs and walks for the dog. This house is currently valued at just shy of £330,000.
Jon and Lynne's 3-bed detached cottage in Melton Mowbray, Leicestershire has period features and outstanding landscape gardens. So what would they like to swap to?
We're ready to move on to a new phase in our lives. Our daughters are going to move out any time now, and this might just give them the little push that they need. As a swap, we'd like just a smaller downstairs, really.
We're quite flexible, always have been, about where we can always see the property, and we haven't got anything rigid in mind, but we'd like to live in the area. We like the countryside, but we can be persuaded either way, according to the property and the way it is. And it's bye-bye from the dog, Megan. Bye-bye from me.
And bye-bye from me.
OK, what did you think of that?
Yes, it looked very nice. Looks as though it has had a lot of work done on it, so there wouldn't be too much to do.
A lot of the rooms in there were quite neutral. I mean, like the lounge, and they admitted it was quite, you know, just a very easy room. You turn on the fire.
I did like the idea of a lot of the small rooms. I did like the idea of that. It did look very cosy, very warm. Yeah.
But has it also, on the flip side, got the space that you say you want to expand into? And,
Yeah,
and
yes, it did look as though it had got a lot of space with it. Yes, yeah.
I thought it was interesting. They have only themed one wall of their house, and the theme they went for was golf ball wallpaper.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but that would really tee me off after a while.
Yes, I think it would. Yes, definitely.
OK, Liz, let's go to our next property, which is still near Melton Mowbray, in a place called Sprowton. That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Sprowton. Right, I want you to meet Sarah Jane, Vincent, and their son Joshua as they show us round their property. Here we go.
Hello, we're the Fletchers.
And this is our home.
We live here in the house with two other children, which are our foster children, Amanda and Robert. The house is bigger than it looks. It's 5-bedroomed.
All the rooms are quite large size.
This is our kitchen dining room, which is a room that we spend lots of time in. Here we have our fireplace with a log burner, which we both built ourselves. And which was even better when we found in the brick a brick with the name of the house on, Swallow Nest. This is our lounge. Some good times in here. It's really cosy.
As you can see, I love golf. I've been playing since I was about 1, and I'm 12 now, so quite a long time. Played around the world, one of which was the World Championships in Scotland. I came joint 7th. This is Robert's bedroom. He's training to be a chef. That's why he's got all his Jamie Oliver cook chef books. This is Amanda's bedroom. She's 17 years old, and as you can see, she loves pink.
As we go up the stairs, we have our bedroom and our sitting area. We had the conversion done about 4 or 5 years ago now, and it's just the beautiful view out over the fields. It's lovely.
Well done. As you can see, we've got some different areas to our garden. Mainly it's a golf driving range. The potting shed and the stables, the outbuildings, date back to about 1700, so there's quite a lot of history with those. We've got the outbuildings that have got planning permission for a 2-bedroom bungalow. The house was originally put on the market for 425. Then we were advised by the estate agent to drop it because of the current market to 399,950.
Vincent and Sarah Jane's 5-bed dormer bungalow in Melton Mowbray comes with plenty of character, plus outbuildings with planning permission. So, what's their ideal swap?
I go to school in Somerset. I'm on a golf scholarship there. That's part of the reason why we're hoping to swap houses.
We would just like to move closer to him. Having a smaller property up here would give us a base where we have family, but it would also allow us to get a bigger property down in Somerset.
Yeah, it's all my fault we want to move, isn't it?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
what do you make of that
Yes,
one?
very interesting, yes.
What was interesting about it? What
Yeah,
did you like?
I like the idea of the outbuildings because you can do a lot of conversion with that. So there's obviously work to be done on that sort of
And what was
side of
exciting
it.
about that, they date back to the 17th century, so you really could theme it with 17th century
As well, yes.
theme,
the
so you
themes,
do
yes.
a double whammy.
Yes, yeah.
What about the house? What did you think about
Yes,
the
I
house?
did like the house.
I mean, you kind of were cooing at a few moments when you saw that kind of beautiful fireplace they got from the
Yeah, it was
reclamation
lovely,
yard.
yes.
I
and
can
it's
see
the
you
thing,
almost.
Yes, yes.
I don't know how you work, but maybe see one thing in a room and then you create your interiors
yes,
from that.
yes.
What else do you sense from that house?
It looked a nice area, and it's a quiet area as well, which was nice, yes.
OK. We're about to meet a lovely lady called Catherine, and we're going to a village called Airham, which is, if I believe, halfway between Southwell and Newark-on-Trent. So slightly geographically, we're scaring you a bit, I feel.
Yeah, a bit further out, isn't it?
Well,
See?
let's deep breath.
Yes.
In and out.
Hello, my name's Catherine. I'd like to invite you in to have a look round my home, Airham Park Farm Cottages. I enter the house from the back door. It's more convenient, you're straight into the heart of the house then, which is the kitchen, which is quite modern, to say the style of the building, but it works for me, and hopefully it'll work for you. This is absolutely wonderful room. I love it. It's we had the fireplace built and it's got a multi-purpose wood-burning stove. That is what I call my hot chocolate sofa. It's for rainy days or cold days and you just sit there if you want to snuggle down. This is what is currently being used as an office. 2 weeks ago, it was my dining room where it had a big oak table with enough seating for 8 adults. This is what it's all about. This is the area that is most important to me. The peace, the space, you've got the beautiful sunshine all day. It's just lovely, idyllic. Now this was designed when I first started changing the house. Sit in bed on a Sunday morning, cup of coffee, newspapers or magazines, and just chill. This used to be a cupboard, so I've changed it into a shower. This is a lilac room. Well, I call it the lilac room. It's a very, very peaceful room. That is where I keep my gym equipment, but it is a double bedroom. What is unusual and unique about this property is the location. It's rural, but within easy reach of amenities. There's roughly 4.5 miles from Southwell, which is a lovely place. This property I've got on the market at 364,950.
Catherine's 3-bed semi just outside Newark in Nottinghamshire has a rural location, amazing views and a large garden. So what does she want in a swap?
The only thing that would make me give this up is my children are starting to have children. So it's to simply to be nearer to my children and my grandchildren. Well, that was my home, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. Hope to see you again soon.
Well, I enjoyed it. The question is, did you?
Not really, no. I didn't think that
That was not the answer I was wanting. No, but no, listen, it's good, it's good. I want you to be honest with me. I want you to be honest.
As nice as it is, that is not a step up from this at all, personally, when I look at that. Now, we've got to have a step up for the extra money, so no, I wouldn't consider that one.
It's not your style of property?
No, not at all.
OK, so you've seen all 3 properties, but you need to decide which one you'd like to do a temporary swap with. Liz, would you like me to disappear for a few minutes and give you some
time
space?
to think, yes.
You would like some time alone?
Yes,
just you
to have
and
a think about it,
just you and the poodle?
Yes, that's right, yes.
All right, well, I can tell when I'm encroaching on a special moment. I'll come back shortly.
OK.
Well, Liz is in there deciding which property she liked the most, which is quite an interesting question because I was psychoanalysing her body language and what she was saying, and I wasn't too sure until she said, I definitely don't like the last one. I thought, aha, now she definitely doesn't like the last one, which must mean surely she definitely likes the first 2. But then I was thinking, well, hang on, if she's just definite about not liking the last one, maybe she's just definitely uncertain about the other 2, which means that one thing is definite, and it definitely means that I don't know which one she's going to choose. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. Yeah, clear as mud. Whilst Liz weighs up the pros and cons, Sunita, our house swap negotiator, has some advice. Sunita's been a property negotiator for over 10 years, helping hundreds of clients move onwards and upwards.
If you want to move house quickly, then house swapping could be the answer. Now, there are several websites out there that could help you find your perfect match. You will, of course, still have to have a HIPS report and you will be paying stamp duty. But, crucially, you get to avoid a chain, and if you're not on with an estate agent, you avoid estate agent fees.
Sunita's invaluable knowledge will help our swappers negotiate a deal. But first we need to find out who Liz has decided to swap with. OK, Liz and Louis. Was that a tough decision to make?
Yes, it was actually.
Was
yes,
it?
out of number 1 and number 2, yes.
Yeah, were you really kind of unsure where to go?
Yes, and we've decided to go for number 1.
My goodness me, hold
yes.
the front page. Why did 1 win over 2?
Because I felt that it was a bit closer to here, and I like the small rooms and I like the beams.
And you're excited to kind of go and see it in the
see
flesh?
Yes, definitely, yes.
See if
I'm
you can
looking
get your
forward to it.
creative
yes.
energies going?
Yes, and maybe think about even more themed rooms.
Well, I hope your swap day goes very well, and I look forward to your return.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Still to come. Will Liz find somewhere to keep her collectibles?
Gosh, what a big room. You just didn't expect it when you came through that door.
Jon and Lynne make light work exploring Liz's home.
Oh, was that?
Oh, there's my head.
But as things come to a head in negotiations, will the deal crumble?
Yeah, I still don't think I could budge on that.
I don't think we're going to be hissy-fitty over a few pence here and there.
It's time to swap homes for the day. Liz is looking for a similar property to her own in the local area, but bigger. So she's drafted in friend Denise to help road test Lynne and Jon's 3-bed detached cottage 11 miles away in Melton Mowbray.
I think it's this one over here. Yeah.
Enclosed.
TLC,
Nicely enclosed.
Jon and Lynne are looking to downsize but still stay in the same area. Will Liz's 2-bedroom house of delights in Syston fit the bill?
It's very private for a front garden, isn't it?
It is.
They have the chance to exchange lifestyles for the day before they decide if a permanent swap is on the cards.
Right.
Liz is looking for more space to house her ever-expanding collection of antiques.
This is very nice.
Do you like the beams, Liz?
Yes, I do like the beams,
Yeah.
yes. And I love all the quirkiness of it. I love the beams and the small areas and the
little cupboards.
The cupboards and
Yeah.
that, yes. Oh, we've got the downstairs. The doors are beautiful. I love the doors. I love all the original.
Yeah. Another little nook.
That's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And
And the window seat's beautiful.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So far, so good.
Yes, we're going... Oh, this is the main lounge, I think,
Oh.
in here.
Another window seat.
Seat, yeah, beautiful. I love the window
Yeah,
seats.
I do.
I keep thinking they've got real cats here.
I know.
Look in the window.
Liz, you of all people should be able to spot an ornamental animal.
It seems to go on forever.
Yeah, it does. Now, an office here. And I think we go on even further, Denny, because we've got yet another door here. Oh, blimey, look at this room.
Oh, my God.
Gosh, what a big room. You just didn't
Oh, it's
expect it when you came through that
beautiful.
door. You
No.
didn't expect to come into a big room like this.
There's so much space.
Space, yes. You
So
could do a
much
lot.
you could do with
it, yes, yeah.
And there's no clairvoyant in the land that could imagine what theme you would do in here. Back in Syston, Lynne and Jon are about to get their first taste of, well, Liz's taste.
There you go.
There we are.
OK.
Well, that's nice.
Oh, yeah. They've done it nicely, haven't they? Lovely.
Well, the Art Deco dining room seems to be going down quite nicely.
And it is quiet.
Yes, it is. Very quiet.
I'm assuming they're not talking about the decor.
Oh, this is nice. It's lovely, isn't it?
No, it's a good-sized kitchen. So I'm being nosy.
Yeah.
Go for it, Lynne. Help yourself.
Oh, useful. So what's in here? I think I'd use this as a utility. Another little hidey-hole. Definitely a collector's
They like that
house.
type of thing. Yeah.
Mine would be stuffed full of crockery.
Usable things.
Usable things. I go for the functional.
Yeah.
Is a porcelain fairy not functional?
It wouldn't be for me because I don't like dusting.
OK, fair enough.
Whoever's in this house is a collector.
Yes.
And probably has an interest.
Wait till you see upstairs.
A nice view out over the back garden as well. If you chop the fence down, you could see all the way over the field.
Yeah, that's probably what we would do, wouldn't it?
How could they do that to poor Liz's garden?
Let me just have a look at the back. Yeah, it's a flat roof extension. That's where you get that space from, that kitchen.
Yeah.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. And you're not overlooked at all. OK, shall we go back in?
Yeah.
Warmer inside.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it? Oh, I see it, definitely. I mean, now when I walk around our house, I'd rather do that. Well, that's, you know...
Don't speak too soon.
Oh, there's my head.
Time for high tea. And I know just the place to have it.
Then.
May I suggest? The Victorian parlour.
Oh, go on then.
There's a door.
Ah.
Right. She does like her antiques, doesn't she?
Yes.
In a traditional...
Yes. Dogs.
Yeah.
Lots of dusting.
Our house is a traditional cottage. Our house would suit this type of decor, wouldn't it?
Let's hope Liz thinks so. She's certainly losing herself in the property.
How many? I don't even know how many bedrooms we've got up here.
No. I'll just follow you.
Yes. I love the doors and I love the beams and I love the steps and all that.
My goodness me, that's a lot of loving.
Oh, beautiful bedroom.
Oh, wow, look at this.
Now then, this must be the second bedroom.
Right.
Oh, and I think I do remember this as well. Yeah, this.
Oh, yes. One of the many chimneys.
Chimneys, yes. Oh, another big bedroom here.
Oh, wow, this is a big bedroom.
Yeah. I'm assuming this is the next door neighbours and you're very, very close. So this is one thing I don't like.
So you'd be overlooked.
Overlooked. I love the room. I love the style of the room. I love everything about the room.
Yeah.
I love it. There's nothing I don't like, only that one issue.
Compromise, Liz. It's all about compromise. In Syston, Jon and Lynne are heading upstairs where the interior decor has been taken to a whole new level.
Another door. It's like Alice's Adventures.
Lovely.
Well, if you think this is lovely, what will you make of the chateau-style boudoir?
Right.
Shouldn't laugh, but this is just too much.
Right. Yes. It's incredible, isn't it?
I almost feel as if I can't move.
No, honestly, there isn't anything out of place, is there?
No.
Absolutely.
I'm frightened of
nothing out
knocking
place.
things over.
How far does the French theme go? The guillotine? Next stop, the opulent Victoriana bathroom.
Ah,
Right.
That's big, that's huge.
Isn't it? Houses of this size had 3 bedrooms, normally. Yeah, I think this was bathroom here.
Yes,
That
probably,
was a bedroom.
and that was a
box room. Well, there's the loft hole. Right, I'm not going up there.
Well, that's screwed up.
But obviously that's it. So it is a 2-bedroomed house.
Yes.
They're so busy counting the number of bedrooms,
Yes.
they've completely missed how busy the decor is. Back in Melton Mowbray, Liz is taking in the fresh air and exploring the grounds.
This is a lot like the house,
beautiful.
really, isn't it?
Absolutely beautiful.
Little bits here and there. It'd take some doing, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I won't worry about it. I could do this.
I know you could.
Yeah, I could do it, yeah. Yeah. See, if it was all fenced off and it was
Yeah.
private and you knew exactly what's what, with the boundaries and everything,
Yeah.
you see, it would be beautiful. But I don't like the road either. I don't like this
No.
road. This traffic
No,
noise
it's
is
really
loud. It's even louder than ours, and ours is
Yeah.
bad enough.
And road noise isn't just on Liz's mind.
I would say, I would comment on the noise. We actually live in a village, although the road is quite busy. This seems to be a bit louder. I don't know why, but maybe that's...
I think it's closer.
Isn't it funny how noise is well noisier at somebody else's? It's time to explore the local area.
See what they've got.
And first up for green-fingered Jon and Lynne is the local garden centre.
Aren't you lovely? Do they belong to you, these two?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is Maisie,
Hello.
and that's Meg.
And is it a good area to have dogs, lots of walks?
It is because around here there's lots of fields and it's really quite a dog-friendly place.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Meanwhile, Liz is on the hunt for, yes, you've guessed it, more knickknacks. And Melton Mowbray has the perfect place, the local antique market.
Oh, now, these are nice. They're beautiful, aren't they? So when I get my bigger house, I'll be able to fill it a bit more with a bit more stuff, you see. Yeah. Gosh, there's so much to see in here. I've normally been in here hours, normally. Too much to see.
All this antique hunting has worked up an appetite, so there's just enough time to check out Melton Mowbray's speciality.
They're a lot better than the ordinary pork pies, aren't they, Denise?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot nicer, yeah.
These are real pork pies.
Real pork pies, yeah.
Back in Syston, avid golfer Jon has dragged Lynne to knock a few balls about on his potential new course.
Where did that go then?
That
way?
Very straight.
Oh, did it?
Up the middle.
Oh, right, OK.
Right, before you hit it, let's have a practice.
Hit
swing
it?
off
You're
the-
very
off the
lucky.
tee. And again. And again.
I'm not going to get this. Oh!
And again. Yeah, hey, that's not bad. Will I be playing in the British Open yet? Yeah, I mean, it's a lovely course, and I'll tell you what, it's a much better the course I'm a member of.
Looks like we're well on course for a potential swap then.
Yay!
That's a birdie. I like this golf course. Yeah!
I believe I got that in.
So, as the one-day swap draws to a close,
Cheers.
is a permanent swap on the cards?
We think the house is beautiful. We love the garden, we love the house. There's just a few issues we're not quite sure on at the moment, but I'm going to think about it.
The house location is really nice.
Yeah.
The views over the fields at the front and the back, fantastic. The lack of a third bedroom isn't going to put us off.
Yeah, there's a number of factors here that are very positive.
Having swapped homes and lifestyles for a day, there's a lot for everyone to consider. Have they been convinced to make a swap for good? Well, that's the swap day over with, and things seem to be going well. Indecision and delay are the parents of failure, so let's keep things moving by introducing Sunita, our negotiator, and hopefully a deal can be hammered out. Sunita Shroff has been helping people find their dream properties and agree the best price for them for over 10 years. She'll be using her expertise to negotiate a deal for our swappers.
Negotiating can be a tricky and even emotional process, and the properties won't necessarily be valued at the same price. So it's my job to get both sides to agree on a fair and realistic price to swap. But house swapping isn't all about the money. It's about avoiding that awful chain, potentially avoiding the estate agent's fees, and of course of months of your property being on the market. So if both sides are prepared to negotiate, they could walk away with a great deal.
So let's remind ourselves of what Sunita has to bargain with. Liz has a two-bed semi in Leicestershire valued at £230,000. She wants a bigger house, but wants to stay in the same area. Jon's come on his own as wife Lynne is poorly. They have their three-bed detached cottage 11 miles away in Melton Mowbray valued at £330,000. They're after a smaller home and also want to stay nearby. So first things first, what's the feedback?
So Liz, you chose Melton Mowbray, didn't you?
I did, yes.
What did you think?
It's a lovely cottage. I love the rooms. I love the way they flowed into each other. I thought that was very nice.
Lots of nice rooms, loads of potential.
Potential, definitely, yes, yeah. And I loved, as I say, I love old buildings, and it's got a lot of character. And I love the beams and all the little quirky rooms and the fireplaces.
Now, what about the cons? Is there anything you didn't like about it?
Yes, on the next door property, you could see, basically, as soon as you looked out the kitchen and the bedroom, it was there right in front of you. And there was no boundary lines either with the property, because you just walk in and you don't know what's my garden, what's the neighbour's garden.
Well, that's easily rectified. All you need to do is actually, with those boundaries, enforce them with your fences.
Another thing is the major busy road that it's almost onto.
The main road, something you'd have to live with.
Yeah.
But that would be a compromise, because then you'd be getting all those lovely rooms to transform.
Yes, yeah.
Now, Jon, you were chosen to go and swap with Liz's property. Tell me all about the pros and the cons.
Well, the pros are it's a lovely situation, nice location, lovely views next to the country, open fields, secure garden. You know, in general, it was well maintained property, and it's you know, generally in the right sort of spot that we're looking for.
And on the downside?
The first thing that hit us was it was very close to the road. It was noisy. It's a 2-bedroom property, and ideally we'd like a 3-bedroom property, but we've talked about the potential for perhaps making it a 3-bedroom property. You know, there's nothing that's insurmountable.
Time for Sunita to talk money.
The Melton Mowbray property is on the market at £330,000. So what sort of price would you place on this property?
With regards to the price, I thought that it was very reasonably priced, really.
Good.
The size of the house, the garden, which was beautiful. As I say, that you can't fault the house and the garden. It's all beautiful. I mean, there's nothing really bad to say about it.
And I agree with you, absolutely. Now, your property has been valued at £230,000.
Yes, yeah.
So if a swap were to take place, what do you think a fair swap would be, the differential?
About 100,000, I think.
Well, my calculations say 100,000 is a fair price to swap as well at the moment. Excellent. Well, you know what, Liz? I'm going to speak to John, and then I'll be back with feedback. What do you feel that Liz's property would be worth?
Anywhere between 220 and 240. If you pitch it somewhere in the middle, 230. That would be probably where I would pitch the value of that property.
It is indeed valued at 230,000.
Right. Okay.
So, John, your property is on the market at 330,000.
Yeah.
And Liz felt that your property was worth 330,000. So,
both know our stuff.
Yeah, you both know your stuff. So really, the differential between those two properties is 100,000 straight.
Yeah.
If you were to go ahead with a house swap.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that?
If it's all on the valuation, I don't think we're going to be hissy-fitty over a few pence here and there. The only criteria, of course, is that the devil's in the detail of the cost of a bedroom, whether it can have a bedroom or the extension, whether it's up in the loft, whether we do an annex. Those things are a must for us to do in terms of a 3rd bedroom.
So I think I'm going to go away and find out planning permission for on top of the flat roof.
And the loft. What work has been done to the loft? It's got a skylight in it, makes me think it was something before. And I suppose you need planning permission to change the garage to an annex.
Right. I'll go and get those questions answered.
Great. Thanks.
Only an hour into the negotiations, and both parties are in tune financially. Liz and John feel a fair swap would be Liz's house plus £100,000 for John's house. So, Sunita, do we have a financial deal sitting on the table?
Well, I think I've hammered out the financial side. That's actually not a problem. That's not even an issue.
So that kind of means we're done? No. All right.
The thing is, I need some questions answered, and that's for John's benefit. So I'm going to go and speak to Liz and hopefully get them all answered.
Oh, so what you're saying is the deal is now actually hanging on the answers to these questions?
Yes.
Well, don't make this an intermission. Make it your mission. Go and do it, and I'll speak to you later.
I've just been speaking to John. The valuations were surprisingly, for me, this is a first. Well, you were both in agreement with. So he feels that your property is worth 230,000, and it is. And you feel that his property is worth 330,000, and his property has been valued at 330,000. So that's fantastic. So you're both in agreement on the differential as well, which is 100,000.
Yeah.
The only thing I need to find out from you, really, is some information about your property. So, as far as the loft goes, what work have you had done on it?
The actual loft, it's just been boarded, that's all.
Could you use it for anything?
I suppose it could be used for a room, yes.
As far as the garage, he was interested in potentially turning that into some sort of an annex.
Yes, I suppose you could do that, yes. Yeah, you wouldn't really have any objections because there's nobody around there to object to anything.
And the third question I have, they were thinking that they may be able to extend out onto the flat roof. Do you think it would bear the load of an extra room?
Yes. I wouldn't know for sure. Obviously, they'd have to have a structural survey to do that.
So the flat roof, really, yeah, he'd need to get a build around.
Yes, just to check
basically.
it out.
So what do you think at this stage?
Again, the issue is, it's such a shame really, because the issue is about the road, you see, you know, that busy road, and and we said about the shared access, you see.
Shared access for the driveway?
For the driveway, yes. Yeah, I still don't think I could budge on that.
Because I have to say, somebody offering 230,000 for your property, personally, I think that is really good in this market.
Yes.
So I'm going to leave you with that thought. I'm going to go back to Jon, see what he thinks. Now, I found out, as far as the loft goes, they've got it boarded up at the moment, but they really don't feel that there's any reason why you wouldn't be able to use it.
Right.
As far as the garage, Liz doesn't feel that there would be a problem. I mean, it's not affecting anybody. So, yeah,
Yes.
you could go ahead and do that. What else was, the flat roof. They're not sure.
Yes.
You would really need to get somebody in
Yeah.
to give you a professional.
Yeah, like a building survey, yeah.
You just need to decide whether you want to go forward with a house swap and look into it further.
Yeah, I think just give me some time and we'll see what we can do.
Lovely, okay.
After 5 hours of tricky negotiation, both parties are happy with the price. But will a deal take place? It's decision time. OK, shall we see if a deal has been brokered? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Should we let...
Yes, fine, yes.
Breaking with
Yeah.
traditions. Right. Jon, let's see what you've got. Right. You just wanted to get that out of the way, didn't you? Just wanted that out of the way.
Yes, indeed.
I was starting to warm to you, Jon. It's all gone downhill. Liz. Well, Liz, I liked you at one stage as well. Right, OK. Seriously, though, what has gone wrong?
Well, I think the issue basically is with the road and the privacy. That's the two issues, really.
OK, darn it.
Yeah.
Jon, what about you?
Well, I guess we wanted to convert it into a 3-bedroomed house, and the extra cost of that probably just broke and just tipped it over the edge.
It's kind of like we've all been house speed dating together.
Yeah.
But we haven't found a match tonight, but we're going to come back at house speed dating another night.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, my fingers are crossed for success then.
Obviously, I'd love to house swap, because if we do, it makes things such a lot easier for both parties, really. It saves all this getting into a chain and being let down and everything. So obviously, if we could find somebody that likes my house and we like theirs, then obviously that would be great.
Yeah, disappointed, but a lot of things weren't appropriate, I think, in this particular aspect. But, you know, there must be a house out there, we believe, locally that we'd like to move to that perhaps would consider a house swap. So, you know, we'll keep trying.
Well, everybody's heart was in the right place today, just unfortunately not beating together. And although we may not have reached our goal, every failure is a step towards success. So, I'll see you next time on House Swap.